Hi there, I'm Dr. Karen Leggett, the Women's Midlife Specialist, and today is part 4 of recognizing the signs of hormone change. If you didn't see parts 1, 2, or 3, I encourage you to watch them. In part 1, I talked about sleeping problems, fatigue, and brain fog. In part 2, I discussed urinary leakage and incontinence, low sex drive, and migraine headaches. And in part 3, I talked about dry skin, dry eyes, and the dreaded dry vagina. So now it's time to hop right in on symptom number 10. The 10th sign that your hormones are changing are mood swings, irritability, and feelings of sadness. Mood swings, sadness, anxiety, irritability, and even panic attacks are linked directly to our sex hormones. Estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone all affect our brains by influencing chemical messengers called neurotransmitters, such as dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, and gamma-aminobutyric acid. PMS, or premenstrual syndrome, is caused by fluctuations that are expected during very specific times of our menstrual cycle. Since these hormone fluctuations are at specific times, they are considered normal fluctuations or expected fluctuations. We all know what that means. At certain times of the month, usually in the middle of the month when you're ovulating, or at the end of the month right before your period, these expected fluctuations occur and you are more likely going to experience mood changes. However, when we start moving into perimenopause, age 40 to 50-ish, these fluctuations are no longer occurring at reliable and specific times of the month and instead start happening at unexpected times. And thus we experience mood swings and the emotional roller coaster at just about any time, sometimes without any rhyme or reason to its occurrence. As I mentioned earlier when talking about brain fog, estrogen is very active in the brain. It has very specific antidepressive effects in the brain by stimulating serotonin and dopamine. However, that doesn't mean that the higher the estrogen, the happier we are. It isn't that simple, because it is still all about the balance between estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone is also very active in the brain. In fact, it may be as high as 20 times more active in the brain than it is in the blood. Progesterone has calming effects of the brain and stimulates gamma-aminobutyric acid, our calming neurotransmitter. As levels of estrogen go unbalanced from low progesterone, we are more prone to feel tension, anxiety, and experience panic attacks. On the other hand, as our levels of estrogen decline, we can experience episodes of depression. One of the most effective treatments for mood disorders related to hormone imbalance is to use natural progesterone and balance your estrogen to progesterone ratio. It is also important to know that if you suffer from PMS, you are more likely to suffer from perimenopausal and menopausal mood disorders. Fortunately, treatment for both PMS and menopausal mood disorders are the same: to use natural progesterone. For PMS, it is usually recommended to use progesterone for the last 2 weeks of your cycle. For perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms, progesterone is also used, but for longer periods of time during the month. Once again, I recommend that you do test your hormones. Fortunately, very soon I'll be opening up my 5-step hormone balance program called Master Hormone Madness. And this may be just the perfect program for you to be a part of as well. Stay tuned for more information on that in the near future. Now let's move on to symptom number 11. Hot flashes and night sweats. Hot flashes and night sweats are the most common sign of hormone imbalance that women recognize. This might be simply because when this happens, there is no question in our minds why it is happening, and hot flashes and night sweats are most easily recognized as a hormone imbalance. Some women don't really have hot flashes at all, whereas other women suffer terribly from them. Sometimes we can come to recognize a particular trigger that sets off a hot flash, such as spicy foods, wine, smoking, caffeine, sugar, and starches. These are all very common triggers. Stress is also a common trigger. And if you are accustomed to exercise and suddenly go without, you may set off a string or series of hot flashes as well. Hot flashes usually are initially provoked by an estrogen-progesterone imbalance or estrogen dominance. This may seem counterintuitive to you because you might think an estrogen dominance would protect you from hot flashes, but this is not the case at all. And once again, natural progesterone supplementation is extremely helpful. For some women, this is all they need to get the hot flashes under control throughout their entire menopausal experience. However, for some of you, correcting an estrogen-progesterone imbalance is helpful at first, but as estrogen starts to decline further, you may need to supplement with natural bioidentical estrogens to remain hot flash and night sweat free. There are also some herbal products on the market that have shown to have a small effect on hot flashes and night sweats, though the actual percentages of women who find them helpful is still a bit dismal and far less than those who have success with natural bioidentical hormones. Finally, some of you may enter menopause with additional thyroid, adrenal, and gut hormone imbalances, and these systems will require special attention as you work to balance your sex hormones. Fortunately, correcting all of these imbalances are not difficult at all with the right knowledge and guidance, and my programs are aimed to do just this: guide you to quick and easy solutions, keeping you safe with symptoms controlled throughout your midlife years. Okay, now for our very last symptom of this 4-part series, gaining weight. I saved gaining weight for last because this sign of hormonal changes can be a serious game changer on your self-esteem. And I truly understand how detrimental this can be when you feel you have no control over what is happening to your body. I assure you, it doesn't have to be this way. There is no reason you have to gain weight during perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause. But to prevent weight gain, you have to know the facts and how to overcome them. I know you are just dying to find out. Do sex hormone changes actually increase our likelihood of gaining weight? Unfortunately, the answer to this question appears to be a solid yes, it does. Though there have not been studies done in humans, numerous studies in animals have shown that estrogen helps control our body weight. In animal studies, estrogen decline has been shown to result in lab animals eating more and becoming less physically active. The cause of this is not known. However, one clue is that research has demonstrated that reduced estrogen causes a reduction in thyroid hormone production and function. This means that your metabolic rate, the rate in which you burn calories, declines as your estrogen declines. There is also evidence that declining estrogen results in the body's inability to use starches and sugars as effectively as it once did. Both of these issues result in increased fat storage, as well as create a much more difficult time for you to lose weight, as well as keep the weight off. However, with all of that bad news, there is research that suggests estrogen hormone therapy can increase your metabolism. In addition to this, there are specific dietary approaches that you can follow to maximize your growth hormone naturally and to also limit your body's ability to store fat. These are some of the techniques that I have used for years to stay the same size I have been since I was a teenager. I'm going to teach you all of these secrets. Those I have learned practicing anti-aging, functional medicine during my gut hormone program, which most everyone I know is interested in following. Be watching for future information as my gut hormone program opens to new registrants. It will help you lose weight, stay fit, and have the healthiest body you've ever had. Well, we have finished our 4-part series on the signs of hormone change. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Now, let me ask you to do me a favor. Scroll down to the comment section on this page and tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up, share this on Facebook, or just say hi and let me know you're here. And if you think this video can help someone else, feel free to send it to them. I'm Dr. Karen Leggett, and I'm here to empower you with knowledge and confidence so you can make the right decisions for your own health. See you next time.